Chef's kiss. Motto. That's it. Hey. Oh my god, this is fucked. I've never liked it like that, bro. Charity for the birdies. Oh shit, he's gobbling that down. Hello, friends. We're back. This is the office. This is where all the magic goes down. Point being is today, different video, no Sammy. It's a Tuesday actually. We usually always film on the Sundays. Whole point, what it actually looks like to run a prop firm. This is where the magic happens. It's not much, but it's mine. And this is where it all goes down. Triple monitors, the setup, which you'll see a lot more later today. The whole idea of the video is for the traders and anyone else who's interested to see what goes down and what actually makes up, not a day in the life, because we're not filming me showering and all that shit, but the whole idea is what goes into running a prop firm is the main thing. So without further ado, let's get into it. This is fraudulent, first and foremost. I don't actually work with the lights on. Never have, never will. We're gonna do this properly, which is working in the dark. Much better. Now, the first thing, and I've done this since day one of running the firm, there is one thing you have to do above all else, and that is to make sure the business is healthy. So I called them mundanes. They're the most boring tasks you have to do in the business, but it takes no more than 45 minutes to an hour to get through. Sometimes it's like 10 minutes, and it's my way of knowing the business is okay. The business is alive. So let's not f*** around, let's get into this. Boom. That's it. How long did it take me? 38 minutes. Lovely. As said, the beginning of the day is always with the mundanes. That took me 40 minutes, give or take, to sort out all major, issues, talk with everyone in the team. There is there's not over, but there is just under 20 people simultaneously working on NLF. Now, there's probably more if you want to count all the teams we work with from different companies that I'm going to speak to, but ultimately within the NLF company, there is give or take 20 or so people. Reason I bring that up is because when you're doing the mundanes, when you're doing the boring shit, it takes you off. They're like conduits to take you into different directions of the business. So you start with the mundanes, whether it's checking emails, checking WhatsApp, whatever it may be, checking ads, and then that takes you into further things. Especially the biggest one, which you saw at the end, was probably the last quarter of the entire workload, was just WhatsApp. I get the messages, hey, from customer support, this is what's been going on, XYZ, or from the ads team, or from wherever. The whole idea is you get the messages. So I start my morning by reading everything, making sure everyone's been A, replied to, B, I've acknowledged any issues that they may have had in the last 12 hours whilst I was asleep. And that then takes you into step 2, which is being able to action those different problems. So what I just did then, we had a new payment processor that was coming online. I had to speak with those guys. So that took me into a side task. I had multiple reports as it's the middle of the month from my customer support team. So I had underperforming staff I had to follow up with. I had overperforming staff that were insecure. So I had to make sure that they felt like they were still wanted and respected in the business, and they are. So overall point being is that last 40 minutes or the first, block of the day is the business alive? Is the business making money? And is everyone, most importantly, happy and continuing to work smoothly? Are all the problems not sorted? There's always going to be an issue, but are all the problems, either being progressed or are they slowly becoming solved? Which hand in hand means the same thing. Now, I know camera down, hold on. The reason I film this on a Tuesday is because Tuesdays are stream days. Hence why, hold on. Yeah, boy, I've got the whole background shit going on there. No, I like it. I was going to say I don't really like it. It's for the streams. I like it. I put it there because I like it. The company logo, it's got some great memories with me with friends. So, being stream day, the next thing has to happen, and that is to make the stream announcement. All right. Like I said, Tuesdays are stream days. What does that mean? It means I have to, I say be an influencer like I'm not recording content. Anyway, when it comes to streams, you've got to always post Instagram, X. Always put it out every week. Let's not talk about it. Let's just do it. All right, welcome back, friends. It is another week, which means it is another streaming day. Now, we are giving away 100K in accounts, as you can see above, 2 20s, 3 10s, and 6 5K accounts. So 30K in 5Ks, 30K in 10Ks, and 40K in 20K accounts. So 100K giveaway going down within 1 hour on stream. On top of that, we have plenty of announcements to talk about. TradeLocker is finally going live tonight. On top of that, we are listed on their affiliate page as well. And then we have a sponsorship with a big trading review company that is going to be announced tonight as well. And the final big announcement, I should say, is the addition of some new payment processors. So if you're from India, from Nigeria, from Europe, or any of the Gulf countries, keep a lookout, because when it comes to getting an NLF account and actually being a part of the community, your chances are only about to get easier. I'll see you tonight. Let's go. All right, friends, and that is, as you saw just then, the stream announcement done, and then as well as that, the X post done as well. So that is the announcements for stream, and that I guess is just the first block on a Monday. The only thing we would have missed right now is one of the partner meetings, which we might have later in the day, we'll see. But ultimately, the morning when it comes to, especially being an Aussie running a prop firm, our time zones, to put it simply, or to put it professionally, our time zones are probably one of the worst you would have in the industry. You work with a lot of US companies, a lot of companies out of I was going to say out of Europe, or out of the UK, sorry, but it's out of Europe entirely. And then the two biggest, most polar opposite demographics that are the most powerful in the space are Nigeria and India. Mostly India, I would say, in terms of that region. And then the other two demographics, I know these places aren't next to each other in the world, but overall point, Nigeria and India, that sort of region there. And then Europe, US. You've got higher paying customers from Europe, US. You've got lower, but far more paying customers from India, Nigeria, Pakistan, etc. Overall point, the workday doesn't really start now. Hence why I always start my day with mundanes. The boring shit, the stuff that's A, gonna keep me on top of the business, B, it's gonna allow me to know where all of my team members are at, are they struggling with anything, etc, etc. I said it all before. Shit really kicks off after about 6 p.m. So I'll probably film another little bit of, I guess, boring work. Maybe if I have a task that is worth explaining. But the overall idea is the daytime is just give myself, or give nighttime me, so me in a few hours, the full picture of the day. What do I need to get done? What meetings do I have? Is everyone in the team got everything they need from me? The fun stuff comes tonight. The stream on a Tuesday, I've got a couple meetings, and yeah, I think there's a few little bits of extra work and few little ins and outs that I get to show you guys, which will be more exciting later on. So we will leave things here. I will pick the camera back up if there's anything worth recording, but I guess what goes into NLF's operations to start the day, it is mundanes and to make sure all your main announcements are out, especially for a Tuesday. That is the stream. So until the next thing happens, I'll see you guys soon. All right, let's roll. So I'm multitasking right now, but we can do this. Isn't that a problem? I don't think this is illegal. I guess the main question is, why is this video, when we've got the Next Level funded YouTube, why is it going up on this page? Because it'll be shared on all NLF socials as it's NLF related. But my whole idea was all the videos that have come out in the past have just been me having fun, just been me doing shit with friends, and it's good, especially the big days, like the wedding video that comes out, the Portsea video was great. Those videos are good because they're genuine events. They're not sort of just little activities like pickleball or an escape room or something like that. They're actual events. Those are fun, but the whole idea when starting this was, I don't really care who watches. I don't really care what the feedback is. I'm also just care about being okay, being uncomfortable, and that is putting your face, putting your name out there on the internet, which means you're gonna get scrutinized, and more importantly, documenting everything I'm up to. Because where I was a year ago to where I am now, the jump was exceptional. So I guess my idea is doubling down and going, okay, well, where will I be in a year from now? Let's document it. Not only so, yeah, okay, you've got a photo, or maybe you remember like, oh, this is how much money I had, or this is where I was living, or this was the office or the car. But then being able to see it on record in real time, that sort of progression in life is something that meant a lot to me. Hence the content, hence the YouTube, shit like that. Point being, why this video is so near and dear to my heart and why I'm going to post it on the personal channel is because just like my beliefs, which I've never really got into, not that they're overly absurd, but they're my beliefs, I've never spouted them on this page. I've never also shown what I actually do for work or what a day of work looks like. I guess where I'm going with that is it's not all fun, it's not all games, it's not all around and just have fun. Like, no, 90% of the week, 90% of everything is work. It is progression. And to be totally honest, when it comes to getting to the end of the day, there's no question having a day out with friends, having fun, mucking around is very fun, obviously. But getting to the end of the days, like today or any work day for that matter, when it comes to gym, work, whatever business endeavors may happen, whatever it may be, those days, I wouldn't say are more fun, obviously not, but are far more fulfilling to what you're doing. So I guess mid-video intro this is a more realistic look into what I actually get up to on a work day. All videos posted to this channel are events or have just been fun days out on the weekend, but this is a more realistic look at not even a work day, just what goes into running a prop firm. So let's keep going with today. So there are four pillars, at least off the top of my head, that really, I guess, put a firm together. Number one is credibility. Are you trusted by the community? Are you trusted by the people that have bought from you before? And most importantly, are future customers gonna trust you? That comes down to Trustpilot ratings, that comes back to community sentiment. How is the community of your firm actually, I guess, talking about you guys? Are they happy with you? Are they constantly upset with you? What's the sort of vibe they're giving? That's number one. So trust and credibility. Number two is payouts. Are you paying people out on time? Are you paying people out fairly? And most importantly, are you paying people out at all? There are plenty of firms out there that just don't pay, and instead of looking at themselves and going like, you know what, we have to take a loss this month, or you know what, we have to take a pay cut this month because we had more expenses, we had more payouts to pay our traders. Overall point being is that's number two. Number one being trust and credibility. Number two is being the actual payout side of things, because ultimately that's what traders are there for. They're there to be paid. Number three is the product, and that goes into two categories. What platforms do you offer? So hence where I'm going with this. And the second one is what are the accounts you offer, or the account statistics more important. So for NLF right now, only 3 accounts. We've pulled back, I think we had 5 at one point with a 3-step and the special accounts. It's now down to 3. So like I said, the two things that come into the actual product category is the platform and what accounts you offer. And the final thing is the marketing. Now there's a couple different marketing departments to go through, so I'm not going to ramble about that. The overall point, what exactly is going on with NLF right now that warrants the work I'm doing and it warrants all these meetings? So to get into it, the product side of things, which would fall into 2 things we're doing at the moment. We're currently looking for more payment processors to bring on. So in real time of this video, we're looking at finding a payment gateway for India, so our Indian customers can pay with their local credit cards, stuff like that. A European/Gulf or Gulf, GULF countries payment processor to help those guys pay with their local credit cards instead of having to try and risk paying with Apple Pay, things like that, where they may get pushed back. That's number one. Number two is TradeLocker. So the third platform, we originally started with one and it has been a grind. Getting to second platform financially, getting to the second platform in negotiations was a grind. And now we're about to get to 3. And I believe in a month we have it planned to get a 4th platform on, and we won't be going any further than 4. There's no reason I honestly think to need 4. I think 3 is plenty, but 4th is just like a cherry on top. So they're the 2 big things on the product side that we're working on right now. Payment processors and a platform which is TradeLocker. Now, the only other area, like I said, so if we're talking about credibility, product, marketing, and then the final one being payouts, our payout guy is about to come on full-time, or he's about to come on with a much more open schedule, meaning payouts are only going to increase. So the payout section of the business is doing well. The reviews are doing very, very well. We're sitting at a 4.2 on Trustpilot. There is not a whole lot there we can do other than realistically lift up everywhere else. So if our products get better, if our service gets better, if our payouts get better, our reviews get better. So there's nothing there for us to work on. So the only other area is we're currently have just locked in a sponsorship with a trading review company. So I will put that graphic there. So that's the trading company we're working with now. They're a massive review company that we've just sponsored. So they're the current big things going on. So if you see any more meetings today, I will obviously tell you what the meetings are for and who they're with. They're all the big needle movers, I would say, or the big things that are going to quickly grow NLF in these coming weeks. All right. Hello friends, we are back. So whilst working today, I thought I will spend the afternoon at home with the pups. whilst getting a little bit of work done. And as per usual, I thought, without planning this, what a prime example of, I guess, what it's like to run a prop firm. Now, I've been in the car for about an hour, getting a few things done, nothing different than any other day. Just to come to find out that if you head over to the website as we speak, and you try to buy an account, well, it doesn't work. So kind of a prime example of what you get running a firm, hence why, especially being based in Australia, the sleeping schedule and the hours are so cooked. I wake up, a good day is me waking up at 9 o'clock today. There's one day of the week I wake up earlier to go and kickbox, otherwise I am not getting out of my bed past 9 a.m. Like I said earlier in the video, everything happens late at night. And to go on from this, especially when we first started the firm, it was just me, maybe 2 or 3 other people were working on a few things in the firm. But realistically, most of the entire set of operations was ran by me. There was no sleep. There was every app that needed to have a notification had one on, and it was set to max volume. When you're running a firm, especially in the early days, it is so volatile and so quickly moving that there is always something going wrong. Now, as time goes on, you learn to get better at A, dealing with the stress, dealing with, okay, there's a problem, it's not the end of the world, we've dealt with this before, let's fix it, move on. But then B, sort of mentally categorizing exactly, and I guess this goes back into the stress one, where the priorities lie. All right, that's a problem, how much time do we have? All right, realistically, we've got 3 days before that becomes a big problem. Okay, we'll put that to the back of the pile till tomorrow. What's the next problem? Okay, this problem, all right, we need to deal with this now, kind of thing. So overall point is, running a firm, there are that many moving parts 24/7, and this is just like most other businesses, I would imagine. I can't see why, regardless of your industry, you wouldn't have to do the same thing. The sleep schedule and the absolute grind it took to not only build this firm, but I can imagine any firm in this space, is impeccable. The amount of work that goes into doing this, and again, I'm at home right now. I was about to take half an hour to have lunch, and I'm here working with my web developer trying to get this checkout back online as soon as possible so we can keep taking payments. Ultimate point is there really isn't a day off, and there's no working hours. There's no get up and it's 9 to 5, or for me, I'll start at midday and work till 8 p.m, something like that. No. There is just, you're online all day, every day. Now, that doesn't mean you're physically at your computer 24/7 or you're not physically working all the time, but this thing or my laptop or the PC in the office, wherever I am, there is always a device near me, and there is always someone that I need to contact to make sure the, I guess, cogs keep moving in the big wheel. So that's another little look into what you can expect on the owner or on the back end side of running a firm. So when you're a trader coming and trading with a firm, you gotta understand that these are all things that happen in real time. There's always little issues constantly going on that need to be fixed. And this was just a prime example of one of them. Hello friends. I guess clear to tell, we're at the gym. Now it's phase 2, or I guess second big block of the workday. So you saw the first day, it's like an hour and a half of what we call the mundanes. I've explained them. Now, I've been working the whole day, all right? As you saw in the laptop before, the checkout crashed. I was dealing with that issue the entire time at the gym. I'm literally phone calling the web developer in the gym, picking up weights, next minute, talking to him on the phone. How's the update going? What's happening? Are people able to pay yet? Blah, blah, blah. Point being is the work never ends. And that's the blissful, I guess, is exactly what I wanted. So there's not a single complaint from me there, because when I started the firm, the whole idea was I wanted to be able to work anytime, anywhere. I didn't want to have set hours, or at 9 to 5 or 12 to 8, whatever the fuck you work. No. I wanted to work all day, every day, and be able to do it from anywhere. Whether it is a simple text messages off my phone to the team, whether it is light work, I guess, not very serious work, do it off the laptop, or really important work that needs full attention, full efficiency as well, with all the screens and doing it off the PC. Overall point, I'm not complaining, because that's exactly what I wanted, and I love every day because of it, because I get to work all day, every day, whenever I want. I guess more importantly, I can be anywhere as well while I'm working. Now, this is where shit gets real. This is the second block. The first block is chill, make sure everything's good, set the day up, set the tone, blah, blah, blah. Now this is where the important and the fun stuff happens, especially on a Tuesday, hence the filming, because this is stream night. This is the customer support team, or the manager's call, as we call them. So I speak with all of them to get the reports, or being mid-month right now, it's the 17th today, they've submitted all their reports, so I get to roast the shit out of them, or I get to give them a bunch of praise, depending on where they sat in terms of performance for the last 2 weeks. Now, I'm gonna do my shit, and then I'm gonna jump cut us to the office, and let's do the nighttime shift. Let's go. Hello, friend. I'm pretty sure I did some salute type shit, so there's no like transition I can do. But we're back, we're in the office, and it's time to get to work. I have my chug jug of electrolytes because hydration is key, and I honestly just don't drink enough water. But more importantly, this is where shit gets real. So in the next hour, I have one meeting with a support team member, and then I have the stream, and then we have the whole managers team meeting. So they're the three big tasks I have to go on right now, tonight. But in between all of that, I also have a bunch of little work that needs to be done. We're launching TradeLocker, like I said, we're launching these new payment processes. So that's all happening in the interim. So I'll be checking my emails like a madman. And then whilst doing all of that, I'll be prepping stream, having these meetings. So let's not muck around, my friend. Let's get into it. No stress at all. You're here now. That's all that matters. Mandamalo. Unfortunately, I couldn't actually touch or get both sides. I mean, probably not the most appropriate conversation to actually have on camera. I want to explain why the NLF support team itself is so good. And it is one thing I think I will probably carry into a lot of other businesses that I choose to start, which is this. I was going to say I would bring them into other businesses, but I don't know if I would, because it goes against what I'm about to say, which is there is currently, I would say, give or take, I don't even know anymore, 12, 14, somewhere in that little range of moderators at NLF. That's how many support members we have working 24/7. Now, some are based in Nigeria, some are in India, some are over in that sort of Asian side or Pacific, I guess. Overall point is they're covering majority of the world's time zones. And the reasons we did it that way was because we could have this sort of cycling shift no matter the time of the day. Multiple people are going to be online, meaning the bigger the firm grows, there's always going to be someone that is able to help our customers or just potential customers. And then on top of that, it means when reply times start to drop and we start to drag in our responses or resolving of issues, it just means we bring someone on in one of those three regions and we bring it back up to baseline with, I guess, the overall idea of having a very quick and constantly active support team. Now, where I'm going with this, like I said, is the reason I'm able to have that call and it go as smoothly as it did, at least so I believe. We'll have to see how he chooses to perform over this next month. But the overall idea is everyone or majority of the support team were traders. So they were just in the Discord, people that came in, bought a few accounts, traded with NLF, rocked up to our live streams, things like that. And then I said to them, I go, well, you know what? You're so active. You know most things about the firm. You're in here every day talking to other moderators or whatever. You want a job? And you'd be surprised how many of them say, yes, I do. It is probably, if not the most powerful thing I would attest to with NLF. Yes, we have decent marketing. Yes, products are good. The website looks fancy, all of that sort of shit. But the best thing about NLF truly, and I say this not to be marketing or guru-y or the owner of the firm and I'm talking up my business. No, the actual truth of the matter is the community is the heart and soul of the company. Everything starts and finishes with the community. Everything around it is a bonus or I guess comes off of that, and the community is the nucleus. What I'm trying to say is having the support team we have where they've come as community members into the team to then help more community members is probably the biggest game changer we had at the firm. And that's because they understand the customers. They understand from a customer's perspective what it is like or what's going on with the rules, what's going on technically, whatever it may be. So not only are they able to relate to the customers much better, but they are able to then give the best service they can give because they know what it's like to be that person. They know what it's like to sit in a ticket, upset or waiting for an issue to be resolved or whatever it may be. And that is, I guess an inside look at NLF, and one of the best things we have about the business is most of our employees come from within the firm and will continue to come from within the firm. Cool. Now, I have one stream, One meeting left to go. Boom! So, you've seen everything, you've seen the mundanes, you've seen everything like that. Time to roll. It's my favorite part of the week. I only get to do this once a week, and you guys are gonna get to come along for the ride with me. So we're gonna stream, we're pulling it up now. I've just clicked live. The next thing to do is to live on the computer or live on YouTube, and then just go live in general. So, ladies and gentlemen, come watch a stream with me. Do this, let's do this. I will also post to the main Discord. We are live. Streams up, chat's up. How are we doing? Let's have a look. I really like the new setup I've got going on. In terms of how it looks in chat. Wait a minute. I'm filming the stream, if that wasn't clear. I probably should have announced at the beginning of the stream. 6 5K accounts are going down in one go. These are the winners thus far of the stream. Ghazi, it's Zinku, Tony, Onkverse, Mesfin, and Zatia. The last update I know about MT5 was that the leverage has just been fixed, which is amazing. But now you guys shouldn't have a problem with your leverage. NLF doesn't have swap fees. NLF has one of the best, when it comes to fees, commissions, and spreads entirely, NLF has one of the best spreads, commission, fees set up in the industry. There's one thing I noticed with a lot of our traders. When an issue is not being solved, you guys love to swear, you love to, honestly, anytime there's an issue with NLF, all right? I do not stress anymore. I used to very, very much worry. I would have very little sleep. I was always working on this. The overall point now is this is not the first, and I'm going to say this, it won't be the last time NLF has an issue with MT5 or the dashboard or Match Trader or Trade Locker now that we're getting them on. The overall point of what I'm trying to say is tech issues are going to happen. Unfortunately, with what happened to MT5, it was due to the war. I spoke about that last week. It was due to the bombings in Dubai. The whole point of what I'm trying to get at here is a bit of grace with the support team is what we ask. All right? There have been people I have personally banned from NLF due to the way they've spoken to our staff. So that's all I'm trying to say to anyone here is I want to hear from you guys about MT5 because I know there was a lot of unhappy customers, and that's okay. But when I say that, all I ask for at least these 65 people watching this stream. If you have a problem and you've gone to the support, you've gone to anyone like that, speak to them with some respect. Speak to them with however you would speak to anyone else. This is what's going to happen for the rest of the stream. We're going to give away a 5K and 2 10Ks now. Let's go. Cluj Buck and Kiddo Ramp with the first 2 10Ks. 1 left still to be given out. And then we have Umi trades with that extra 5K. Like I said, let me do my job and then we can get into the fun stuff, guys, which is number 1. NLF has just officially sponsored with Prop Traders Hub, one of the biggest and fastest growing, trading communities at the moment for the prop firm space. All right, they are all about affiliates. So if you're a trader that wants to get some extra cash by affiliating and promoting prop firms or anything like that, that is what they're there for. And the better reason, and one of the key reasons we sponsored with Prop Traders Hub, is because they give all traders or all members, I believe, a free trading journal that is just as good, from what I hear from them, as TradeZella. So it competes with those guys. So if you want to get your hands on a free trading journal or anything like that, or just become a part of an affiliate community, maybe you want to learn more about how to become an affiliate and specifically earn as an affiliate in the prop firm industry, that is what they're there for. They're there, we've sponsored with them, and we're very proud to be. There's a great group of guys. So that's going down. You will see much, much more as that goes on. Now, quickly before I keep announcements going, to Mezgin or Temi_Haven. No, we will not have Trade Locker on 2 steps, unfortunately. Trade Locker will only be on 1 steps and instant models only. And that is my second announcement. If all goes well, by the time you're watching this, Trade Locker will be live. All right. The reason I'm saying will be live is because right now, it is not, but in the next 24 hours, Trade Locker should be live. So if you're watching this right now on our Instagram or on our X, Trade Locker is live for 1 steps and instant funding accounts as well. And if you're watching this on stream, you will unfortunately have to wait 24 more hours. Now, top of that, we have just been officially listed on Trade Locker's affiliate page. So if you want to see us on there, if you want to check out a little bit more depth from somewhere else, you can. Now, and what I mean is there's a full description. It gives a lot of company info. So instead of going all the way through NLF's website, you can find out all the basic stuff, how long we've been around, the accounts we offer, the platforms, etc., etc. And I guess the final thing that I need to announce are these 2. Number 1, NLF has 3 potentially new payment processors coming to NLF. One for Nigeria. If you're a Nigerian trader, CoraPay is on its way to NLF. We are actively speaking with their team, and hopefully very, very soon you will see a confirmed update from us that CoraPay is added and live at NLF. So for all of our Nigerian customers, you will be able to pay directly with your local payments. And it's the same thing for our Indian traders. We have an India-based payment processor coming to the firm as well. PayUin, it looks like. So potentially, if that all goes well, along with our Nigerian traders, our Indian-based traders will be able to pay with their local cards as well. And for our Europeans and our Gulf countries, or all of our Arabic countries, you will be able to now pay with your local card payments using Skrill or Nutella. So we have 3/3.5 new payment processors coming, which is going to open up very wide for everyone around the world to come and be a part of NLF and what we've got going on here. The final announcement is that the Telegram is live. All right, if you don't like Discord, if you don't like following the X, or you're not active on X or Instagram or anything like that, and you just want to stay up to date with our announcements, see the updated or the updates and everything new with the firm in real time, and you don't want to get all that extra noise, be a part of chats, things like that, and you come in here, I will send the Telegram announcement link on the Discord as we speak, or on the stream as we speak. If you're seeing this on any of our socials, it'll be anywhere on the website, in the Discord, anything like that. So if you don't want all the noise and you just strictly want the NLF announcements, join the Telegram. We post in there daily, multiple times. For Nelson asking, when will we have our 1-year anniversary? Holy shit. NLF went live on April 1st. I always say this, literally the worst day of the year to launch a prop firm, but we went live on April 1st. But point being is, boom, boom, boom. This is when we launched a year ago. The form is now pinned. You've got about a minute. I'm going to change the angle of this camera one last time. Let's do this. I want to ask this to the community before we spin the wheels and we end the stream. I go to New Zealand in about 3 weeks. It's been over a year of me working, launching, and running NLF. My question is, do I do a 10-15 minute stream, even if it's a Discord stream, even if it's one of those old ones where we do it in the Discord, where there's going to be a massive giveaway on the 1-year stream, on the 1-year anniversary, don't worry. You the GOAT when it comes to giveaway. Thank you, Nelson. Let's do this. We've got 2 20Ks and a 10K. We're going to start with the 10K first, and then we're going to roll into the 20s. So let's do this. All right, my friends. First account going down as we speak. So, who's winning the 10K before we end stream? It's going to be perfect timing. Umi, oh, no way. She just won the 5K. We'll give Umi the 10K, take her off cooldown Batman, and we'll respin the 5K. That's what we'll do. That'll be the middle ground. Umi got the 10K. Now we'll give someone else the 5K. Lloyd? Absolutely not, pal. It's going to Fabio. Thank you very much. And the last 20K is going to Onkara 2623613. I have just done the extra spin. We have changed out who won the 20K. So Natasha, well done. All right, I will see you all next week. If you need anything, just jump in the Discord. Good night, guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen. What is the time? The time is, it's back to front, but it's 11:50 right now. So that's honestly very standard. If I went home right now, I'd say this is a good night, but I'm not. I've got one more meeting to go through, but I thought I'd quickly stretch my legs. And whilst we do that, we can just roam the office. Absolutely barren here. But I gotta say, it's probably one of the most blissful things about what I do, which is, like I said, I have the ability to work whenever, within reason. Obviously, if I'm needed, I'll be there. But I have the ability to work whenever, wherever. And then I guess this is a big bonus as well, is where I actually am based, where I work out of the office or things like that. No one's here. No one. It's lovely. Everyone works 9 to 5s in here, or not 9 to 5s per se. Everyone just comes in 9 to 5. Some people have their own businesses, whatever it may be. Very rarely, up until last week actually, no one would be here. It'd be me and my good man, my boy, the janitor, would kick on and hang out in the office after hours. But yeah, midnight right now. That was the stream, by the way. Like I said, my favorite thing to do each week. And now it's off to do the last little bit of the night, which is catch up with the entire team. I'm going to ask them to put their cameras on for a first time ever. I'll see if I can capture that. And most importantly, we will, wow, it doesn't matter if I change the lighting, we will wrap the night up there. But that is a day in the life, ultimately. We'll get to the outro shit later on. Let's go. All right, and time to get into the final meeting of the night. Let's do this. All right, time to rip a little team meeting. Thank you, team. Bye. Bye, Evans. All right, friends. Well, the day is pretty much dusted. Meetings are done. Great. What do we get done? We had like 2 meetings, the live stream, and then we had all the work day. After a week of filming this, we had so many issues the week prior to leading up to this. And it wasn't planned, obviously, because they're issues. Point being is they mostly got resolved all in today, just by the, I guess, ways of WhatsApp. So overall point, I get to do the boring work now. I may time-lapse this just for the love of the game. But there's a pretty stock standard day, or not day in the life, but what goes into running a prop firm. So to wrap the video up here, overall point is what goes into a prop firm. You just saw it. You just saw it all in real time. It is chaos, but organized chaos. It is constant conversations with different people all around the world 24/7. I will go home tonight. It is currently, I showed you it before, it was 11:50. It's now 12:30 at night. I probably will leave the office in half an hour, which would be honestly great. Be an hour. But the overall point is this business never stops breathing. There are that many people opening prop firms every single day, and it's competition. I love it, and I won't stop. And then once I have my tenure and I wrap up with NLF and it's time for the next project, I will compete with that industry too. The overall point, ladies and gentlemen, is that is what goes into running a prop firm. There is so many moving parts, but a good friend once told me, if you want to run a prop firm successfully, you have to imagine it this way. I will leave you all you traders, with this. When you think about a prop firm, from the front end, you may see the platforms, you may see the accounts, you may see everything else. But from the back end, a prop firm is a cogwheel, and it does not move unless everything is moving perfectly together at the same time. One big wheel with a bunch of little wheels inside of it, and if they're not all moving, the whole wheel doesn't move. So you better have your customer support team set up correctly. You better have your payment system set up correctly. You better have a good website, your Instagram, and the list goes on. Point being, thank you all for watching another video on Spenny with me. And yeah, that's exactly what I do day to day. So time to finish off this work, go to bed, and get up and do it all again tomorrow. Thank you, people.